Take a moment here to pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Roll the eyes of your elbows and your palms toward the sky. Opening up your collarbone, letting your legs hang heavy. Take a few natural breaths here. Just notice where you're making contact with the earth and make those points heavy. Your hips are heavy, your shoulders are heavy. Just trying to let go. 2 more breaths at your kind of natural pace here. Just settling in, closing your eyes gently. Next time you inhale, make it a deep one. Really fill up. And then exhale it out, letting it go. I forgot to mute you guys. 2 more times like that. Breathe it in. Let it go. Last time, deep breath in. Exhale, let it all go. This time as you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Keep your shoulders into the earth, pulling down away from your ears as you reach your fingertips in the opposite direction, up overhead. Start to activate your legs, first flexing your feet here, engaging your core, just starting to find some length from your heels all the way to the top of your head. Inhale here. And then exhale, keep reaching your fingertips and then point your toes toward the opposite direction. Just noticing the difference here. Inhale here. As you exhale, keep your left leg extended down the mat. Hug your right knee into your chest. Give it a nice hug, but don't lose the contact with your hips into the mat. Good, keep stretching that left leg long. Take an inhale here. Hug it in a little bit more with your right leg. Exhale. Next inhale, reach your right foot up toward the sky, straightening your leg, pointing and flexing your foot a few times. I've been like very conscious of my foot lately because when I was sick this weekend, my feet were killing me, which is so weird. Achy in my feet. So I've been doing a lot of stretching in my ankles. Good, pointing and flexing. Beautiful. Then climb yourself a little bit up your leg, pull it in a little bit closer, lift your chest, bring your forehead toward your leg, just gentle, we're just starting here. Good, keep stretching that the left leg away from you. Right, it's stretching your right leg, but really feel the length in the front of your left hip here. Pulling it in the opposite direction. 1 more breath here. Good, release your torso back to the mat. Hold on to your right leg wherever you can. If you can reach your foot, that's great. You can do a big toe bind or reach to the outer edge of your right foot and just let your foot fall out to the side. Again, keeping your hips square and even, heavy down toward the mat. Don't let your left hip creep up. Just gently opening the hips with every breath. Inhaling here and exhaling. Good. From this position, start to bend your knee in towards your, kind of like your armpit, like a half happy baby. Nice and gentle here. Just pulling down, feeling the opening and the inseam of your right leg, like up by your groin, and continuing to stretch that left hip nice and long. 1 more breath here. Good. Inhale. Stretch your right leg back up toward the sky. Switch hands. Take a nice gentle twist, letting your leg fall off to the left. Extend your right arm out to the side and then gaze over toward your right fingertips. Nice gentle spine twist here, warming up. Keep pulling your hips down toward your foot, right? Lengthening that space in between your bottom rib and the top of your hip. 1 more breath here. Good. Inhale, take it back up overhead. Hug that right knee back in. Extend it out and then let it lengthen all the way down the mat like a nice big rainbow. When it lands, notice if it feels a little bit longer than your left leg. Mine feels like a lot longer. I feel very uneven right now. So let's even it out. Good. Hug that left knee in towards your chest. Just hold it there for a moment. Start to engage that right leg down the mat, feeling the stretch in the front of your right hip. I always feel like this is like everyone focuses on the leg that's up in the air, but think about that bottom leg. It really is a nice stretch there. If you can engage from your core down toward your hip flexor there. One more breath. Next inhale, straighten that leg up toward the sky. Point and flex your foot. You can take ankle circles here, whatever feels good to you. Just trying to notice, trying to move through every toe if you can. Warming up the ankles. Next inhale, start to climb your hands up to your leg. Just lift your chest a little bit as you pull your leg in towards your forehead. It may not reach there, just a gentle stretch to open it up. Inhale here. As you exhale, torso comes back down. Grab your left foot however you can, or your leg. Good, and then let your leg fall out to the side without letting your hips move off the mat. Keep stretching that right leg away from you. As you continue, every exhale, kind of feel your leg fall a little bit deeper, opening up. Inhale here. Good, and then as you exhale, take that half happy baby. Just bend the knee in towards your armpit here. It's a little bit awkward, but start to feel the opening in the inseam of that left side. One more breath here. Next, inhale, reach that leg up overhead, switch hands. Left hand extends out on the mat as you let your leg fall to the right, gazing over your left fingertips. Just taking it nice and easy. Feeling your hip lengthening down towards your right foot. Good, finding length there, opening up the outer hip. One more breath. Inhale, take it back up overhead. Hug it in one more time as you extend that right leg down the mat. Reach your left foot up toward the sky, and then we make that nice, long, slow rainbow as you lower your left leg down toward the mat. Hopefully feeling a lot more even now. Beautiful. Hug both knees into your chest. Pause here. You can grab on your shins or behind your thighs and just rock and roll a few times. It's massaging your spine on the mat. Keep your chin tucked, protecting your neck. And as you're ready, come all the way up to seated. Make your way into a tabletop position. Beautiful. Fingers spread nice and wide. Nice and square here, nice and solid. Take a second here. Press your palms down as you lift your fingers up. Really feel your palms pressing into the mat. And then lower your fingers down. Toes can be tucked or flat. On your next inhale, let's just warm up the spine. Start to arch your spine as you gaze forward, pulling your heart through your shoulders. Gaze moves up, sit bones separate. And then exhale, press into the mat, round it down, tuck your chin, gaze at your navel. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, arch it up. Exhale, round it down. Coming back to neutral. Engage your core here. Reach your right arm forward as your left leg reaches back. Good. Finding some length here again from the core. So like from the center, you're reaching forward and back at the same time with a nice stable center. Square your hips, toes are pointed down. Engage your core, pull your navel up away from the mat. And then as you exhale, round it in, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, round it in. One more time here, extend it out. Beautiful. Hold it here. Drop your right hand to the mat and then step your left leg all the way to the top of the mat outside your left hand, coming into this wide, low lizard lunge. Good, rock back and forth. Really feel heavy here for a moment. Let your hips drop. Start to feel the opening in your right hip. Breathe it here. One more breath. Then start to take your left hand to the inside of your left leg, opening up, taking this nice twist here. It's early in the practice, depends how ready you are to open it right. So you can stay here, just keep twisting your chest toward the sky. You're welcome to lift your back leg and reach back for the thigh stretch. Good, you know your body, right? So just do what feels good. It's Monday, right? So like just be kind to yourself. One more breath here. As you exhale, release, bring both hands back to the mat, straighten through your left leg, take a nice wide Hanumanasana. Take a moment here to pull, like really ground down through your left heel, pull your left hip back, and then exhale forward. Good, nice long spine. You can reach your arms out in front of you or come down to forearms. Just take it easy. One more breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Next, inhale, bend back into the left knee. Just make your way back to tabletop. Both hands on the mat. Left knee comes down. Switching sides here. This time the left arm comes forward. The right leg moves back. Find your center. Find your stability here. Engage your core. Reach it nice and long. Sometimes holding these poses can be the hardest part. One more breath here. Nice and long. Reach a little bit longer. And then as you exhale, round it in, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, round it in. Last time here, extend it out, reach it. Left hand comes to the mat, right foot steps forward to the outside of your right foot, coming in as low lizard lunge. Take a moment here to adjust yourself. You might need to scoot your left knee back a little bit. Rock back and forth, feel nice and heavy. Good, come down to your forearms if you're ready. On your next inhale, take your right hand to the inside of your right knee. Start to open that knee as you twist your chest toward the sky. Try not to let your left foot kind of stickle out. Good, just keeping it nice and long and straight on the mat. And then if you did so on the other side, and you can on this side, start to take the thigh stretch. Continuing to press down to lift up, right? Always finding these oppositions in our yoga poses. One more breath. Good, as you exhale, release your hands back toward the top of the mat. Start to straighten through your right leg as you send your hips back over your knee. Good. Press down into your right heel, extend that right hip back. Lengthen your spine as you inhale, and then exhale, just fold it down. Breathing here. In and out. One more round of breath. Take it a little bit deeper as you exhale. Good. Inhale, bend back into your right knee. This time, press your hands into the mat. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, coming to Yogi Squat, Navasana. Good. I know it's early. I'm with you here. Good. Trying to let your hips hang heavy. It's hard not to grip in your thighs. Good. Try to let your, almost like there's an anchor pulling your tailbone down. You can use your elbows to open up your knees a little bit here. Nice tall spine to start. Breathing in. One more breath. Good. Then either stay here or start to bring your right heel up, right? You're on your right tiptoes here. Keep using your elbows or your forearms to press your thighs open. So your left foot is down and your right heel is up on a tiptoe. Good. And then bring your right heel down, switching sides. Left side comes up. Woo. A little bit of extra opening in that tiptoe side. Good. One more time to each side. Up on the right toes. Exhale it down. Up on the left toes. Exhale it down. Good. Try for one breath to bring it up on both heels. Woo. Find something steady to gaze at. Good. Heels come down. Walk your hands out in front of you. Send your hips back. Kind of round through the spine here. Reaching your hands forward as your hips reach back and down. One more breath. Inhale, walk your hands back in, press into the mat as you straighten your legs, bring your feet hips width distance apart at the top of the mat. Just take a moment here to fold. You can bend your knees gently to open up the lower back and feel a little opening in the back, the muscles right where your hamstrings meet your butt, kind of. Beautiful. Maybe start bend and then press into your feet to straighten your legs. Heavy head here. One more breath. Beautiful. Take your hands to your lower back, interlace, and then start to straighten your arms if you can, and bring them overhead. Not letting you don't want your shoulders sinking towards your ears. You want to keep pulling your hands toward the ceiling, keeping your ears and shoulders apart. Good. You may need to widen your feet just for a moment. Bend gently into your left knee and take your left shoulder to the inside of your left knee as you peel your heart open toward the right. Find a nice shoulder and chest opening here. Pressing down into the right foot. You may even feel a little opening in the outer right hip. Exhale, take it back to center, just switch sides. Right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Good. Peeling your heart toward the sky. Gaze moves up. Pressing into that left foot. Exhale, come back to center. Release your hands down. Let your arms hang heavy. Then gently into your knees. Tuck your tail and roll slowly all the way up to the top. Taking your arms out and up toward the sky. Full body stretch here. And as you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment here with your eyes closed to set an intention for your practice this morning. Right, whatever that is for your day or your week. Whoever or wherever you want to send out your energy. Then gently let your eyes blink open. Release your hands towards your side. Bring your feet together to touch at the top of the mat. Beautiful. Warming up with, we'll do 3 sun salutation A's just to start. And like I've done in the past, you can bend your knees gently in one of the versions. Just see how it feels, right? Feel your body today. Sometimes your back needs a little more love, so give your knees a break. Try it out each time. As you inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms pressed, tuck your tail. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale here to lengthen, gaze forward. As you exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back, lowering down to Chaturanga. Hold it here. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press your feet into the mat as you pull your heart forward. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Maybe pedaling your legs out a little bit here. It's our first downward facing dog. You can shake your head yes and no. Just releasing, right? We hold so much in our neck, our hips, our shoulders, just trying to let it go. And using your breath to make that happen. Inhale here. Exhale. Breathe it in. As you exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, palms press overhead. Exhale, arms by your side, Tadasana. Again, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, take it back to Chaturanga, however you'd like. Hold Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe this time bend your knees gently. Feel your hips, like your sit bones separate, and then send those hips up toward the sky. Send your tush up toward the sky. Good. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, palms press. This time as you exhale, fold it right back down, building a little bit of heat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back, lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Really pull your heart forward, roll those shoulders back. Pause here if you'd like. And then as you're ready, roll it back to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Beautiful. One more nice deep breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, look ahead. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, palms press. Exhale, arms by your side, Tadasana. Take a breath here. Settle back in. Catch up with yourself. Move to the top of your mat if you're not already there. Toes and heels are touching. As you inhale, start to bend your knees deeply, come into Utkatasana. Take that weight back into your heels. Good, arms can be separated or palms can be pressing. You're gonna pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Tuck your tail a little bit and then open your heart. They don't call it awkward chair for nothing. It's a lot of like zigs and zags in your body here. One more breath here, inhale. As you exhale, fold it down. Inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back, lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, rise up to warrior one. Just getting settled in our sort of our foundations here, right? Our familiar places. 3 breaths here. Grinding down through the outer edge of the back foot. Spinning your heart forward. Bend into that right knee. Tuck your tail, gazes up, lift your heart. 1 more breath. Exhale, hands come down, step back, lower down to Chaturanga. Always welcome to skip and medicine down dog. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left side, left foot steps forward, right heel spins down. Reach it up, warrior one. Square your hips forward. Inhale. Exhale, 1 more breath. Sink a little deeper, lift a little higher. Exhale, hands come down, step back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Beautiful. Deep breath in here. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Bend those knees deeply, drop your hips, lift your heart, Tadasana. Exhale, fold it right back down. Inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back, lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, right? Your breath is kind of leading this dance here. Right foot steps forward, rise up to warrior one. As you exhale, bring your hands to your lower back, interlace your fingers, straighten your arms, open your heart. Good, reach it up, 1 more breath. Find space in the front of the body, and then dive yourself forward and then down into humble warrior. Devotional warrior, right? Focus on your right heel, press into your right heel and use that to lift your hips up a little and pull that right hip back and in. Press into the outer edge of that back foot. 1 more breath here. Inhale. Good, as you exhale, release your hands. Left hand comes down, left heel spins up. Take a nice open twist. Pause here. Again, think about pulling your right knee forward, but your right hip back, finding length in the outer right hip. As you pull your heart away from your thigh, opening up, finding space. Exhale, right hand comes down, step back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, rise up to warrior one. Exhale, hands come behind you. Interlace those fingers, keep your hips square as you open your heart. Press into your back foot to open your right hip. And then exhale, keep that length as you dive forward and down. Humble warrior. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 1 more big inhale. As you exhale, release your hands. Right hand down. Right heel up. Take this nice open twist. Think about it as an opening for your left outer hip. Right? So you're twisting away, but you're keeping that foundation. You're moving away from it. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand down, step it back, lower down, or meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale up, pull your heart forward and up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adding on, right foot steps forward. Rise up to warrior one. Exhale, arms come behind you. Open it up as you inhale. As you exhale, dive it forward. 1 round of breath in devotional. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale, come into that twist. Left hand down, left heel up. Open it up. And then roll onto the outer edge of both of your feet and just start to open up your hips. We'll do some dips here. So reach back as you drop your hips. Press into your feet to lift it back up. Reach your arm up and over like a big arch. Inhale, reach it back, drop your hips. Exhale, reach it forward. Really press into the outer edge of that foot to almost maybe straighten your right leg as you lift up and over. 1 more time. Inhale back. This time as you exhale, take it all the way over. Start to walk your hands to the length of your mat, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Take an inhale here, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, fold it down. Good, keep pressing your feet. It's super easy. Move your feet a little bit closer. You're welcome to go into your headstands here if you're working on headstand. Otherwise, really use your feet to press into the mat, lift your hips toward the sky. Again, maybe just bend your knees a little bit, press into your feet, and then use that pressure to straighten them back out. See if you find a little more space in your hamstrings. Inhale here, exhale. Good, next inhale, come halfway up, walk yourself back to a low lunge. Step your right foot back to plank and lower down to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, rise up to warrior one. Exhale, hands come behind you, interlace the fingers. Inhale, open up. Exhale, pour it down. Breathe here for one round of breath in. Exhale. Inhale, right hand comes down, right heel spins out. Take that nice open twist for a breath, find your foundation, and then roll to the outer edge of both of your feet as you drop your hips and reach your left arm back. Inhale, up and over. You lift your hips by pressing into your feet. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, one more time, reach it up and over. Exhale, take it back. This time as you reach it up and over, keep it going. Walk yourself to the width of your mat here. Sorry, you're looking at my butt here. Bring yourself halfway up. Bring your hands to your hips for just a second to find your foundation. Interlace your fingers as you can make a fist. Good. And then as you exhale, fold it over, taking your arms up and over. Find a nice shoulder opening here. Make sure your shoulders are moving away from your ears here and then falling back behind you. Good. Breathing in. Keep pressing into the heels. Don't let your weight go too far forward. That'll help you balance it out. One more breath here. Inhale, come halfway up as you release your hands to the mat. Walk it back to the low lunge, hands to either side of your front foot, and then step back. Vinyasa here or downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, bend your knees, drop your hips. Reach it up, gazes up. Exhale, take it back down. Inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back, lowering down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, rise up to warrior one. This time, as you exhale, open to warrior two. Right, you may need to adjust your feet a little bit here. Heel to arch alignment, tuck your tail under, hold it here, pull your shoulders down away from your ears. But I gotta catch my breath. I've been sick, so I'm like, oh, good. Gazes over your right fingertips. Tuck that tailbone down, find the opening in your front left hip. Good, take a deep inhale as you reach up and back. Reverse your warrior, make this one a side bend this time, good. Keep bending your right knee as you reach away with your right hand. And then as you exhale, take it into your version of side angle, good. You can put your hand on your leg or down to the inside or outside. Take the bind, do what feels good to you today. But let every exhale take you just a little bit deeper, even if it's like a millimeter. Right, find some opening. And even here, I want you to pull your right knee forward and think about pulling your right sit bone back. Find some length in there as you drop your hip, finding your thigh parallel to the mat. Inhale here. Exhale. One more breath. Good. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Straighten your right leg as you stretch everything out. Maybe take a little side bend to the back of the room. And then bring your arms to a T and shorten your stance a tiny bit. Taking it into a triangle pose here. So think about sending your right hip crease back. You can even use your left hand to do that, kind of making space as you pull your torso forward, 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 and then take your hand down. right? Think about finding length in the right side body, even though it's kind of on the bottom, right? Keep reaching the crown of your head forward. Tuck your tailbone under. Find a little bit of extra opening in the hips. One more breath. Good, and staying down your triangle, just take a nice side stretch here. Reach your left arm over your left ear toward the front of the room. Keep your heart open. One more breath. As you exhale, bring both hands down. Good. On either side of your front foot, walk your left foot in a tiny bit for pyramid pose. So take a second to adjust it. Each foot is in its own lane. Take an inhale here to lengthen, and as you lengthen your heart, pull your right hip back, squaring it back. And with that length, exhale, fold forward. Inhaling here. Exhaling. Good. Again, pressing into that right heel. Maybe even lift your right toes up. See what that does to activate up your leg. One more breath. Inhale, lift halfway up. Take your left hand to the outside of your right foot if you can, otherwise leave it down on the inside. You're gonna keep your hips square. You can take your hand to your sacrum here like you're balancing a cup of water there. Pull your right hip back and then reach your right arm toward the sky. Twisted triangle. One more breath. Keep squeezing those inner thighs in toward each other. One more breath. Good. As you exhale, bring your right hand down, bring your left hand out in front of you. Take your left leg up to standing split. Pressing down through the right foot to lift your left toes a little bit higher. One more breath here. As you exhale, gently bend into your right foot, float your left leg to the back of the mat, low lunge, and then step back to plank, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Left foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, open up to warrior two and pause here. Right focus. Left knee is moving out. Tuck your tail under. Lift your heart, lower your shoulders, and then bend a little bit deeper into that left knee, sorry. Good, one more breath. Take it up and back, find length in the left side body. Take this nice big reverse warrior. Opening up, keep bending deeper into the front knee. And then exhale, take it into your version of extended side angle. Good. Whatever that is to you, you can be progressive with it, right? So take a few breaths with your arm on your leg and then maybe take it a little lower. Keep opening your hips toward the side of the room as you peel your heart open. One more breath here. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up, straighten your left leg. Take a little side stretch here. Then come back to center, open your arms, shorten your stance. Get yourself ready for a nice strong triangle. Maybe finding the space in your left hip crease here using your right hand. Reach forward, let the crown of your head pull you forward. And then exhale, take it down. Trying to reach towards your big toe, your leg, wherever you can touch or a block is great. Good. Breathe it out. Inhale here. Exhale. One more breath in. As you exhale, right hand comes down. Your hands are on either side of your left foot. Walk your back foot in a tiny bit so you can feel your hips squaring by pulling that left hip back and in. Take an inhale here to lengthen, and then exhale, fold it down. Breathe. Keep that leg nice and active. Lift those left toes. Feel the engagement all the way up your left leg. And press your right foot into the mat. Inhale here. Let it go. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Come halfway up. Walk that right hand to the outside of your left foot if you can. Hand on your sacrum for sort of like a point of reference, and then lift that left arm up toward the sky. Keep pulling your left hip back in space. I'm so much more unstable on this side. Wow. Inhale here. Exhale, hands come down in front of you. Bend into your left knee. Start to float your right leg up toward the sky. Standing leg split. Take it down. Let your head hang heavy. Engage your core and use that to both press down through the left foot and then reach up through the right foot. Right? These oppositions open us up. One more breath. As you exhale, bend into the left leg. Float your right leg to the back of the mat, low lunge. Step it back to plank, lower down Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bring our knees to the mat for child's pose. Right, that wasn't like the fastest sequence, but it was pretty deep. So just take inventory here as you kind of just catch back up with yourself. You can have an active child's pose, reaching your hands forward or flipping your palms toward the sky, or make it passive and just sink into the earth. Checking back in, resetting here. Inhaling and exhaling. Then reach your arms back out in front of you. Start to lift back up into downward facing dog. Tuck those toes under, send your hips back up in space. Next, inhale, take your right leg up toward the sky, three-legged dog. Let's do some hip circles here. Bend your knee, open your hip, stack your hips here, and then start to make these circles. We usually do them at the beginning of class. This is a little bit different, so maybe it'll feel different. Just take notice, right? No judgment, it's just a fact, right? Maybe straight leg, maybe bent leg. Good. Take your right leg up toward the sky after you've done a few in both directions. Take an inhale here. Pull your knee in towards your chest as you move it to plank, hollowing out. Inhale, take it back up, three-legged dog. And as you exhale, step your right foot in between your hands, coming up into your high lunge. Good. Hold it here. Pressing your hips forward, tucking your tail, reaching your chest toward the sky. Let's do 3 knee taps here just to open up the front of the hip. So really tuck under to feel this, right? So as you inhale, start to drop your left knee as you pull your arms down. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, take it down, tap it down. Inhale, reach. One more time, inhale. Exhale. This time, come down to your knee, untuck your toes. Reach your left arm up toward the sky, and then take a twist to the right. Hooking your elbow on the outside of your right thigh, just above your knee. Hands in prayer here. You're welcome to leave your left leg down or tuck your toes and bring your knee up off the mat. Take a bind. Do what you need to do, but make sure your foundation is strong. Keep pulling that right hip back and in, and then keep pulling your heart towards your thumbs. Pressing your hands together if you don't have the bind. One more breath here. Reach it a little bit, twist it a little bit more. And then inhale, come all the way back up to high lunge. Bring your hands to heart center, start to tip yourself forward into warrior 3. Good, don't watch me, I have terrible balance. Good, hold it here. One more breath. Whew. Bring your right hand down. Left arm reaches toward the sky, peel open into your half moon pose. Hips are square toward the side of the room. Take the bind if that's in your practice. Inhaling here. Exhaling. Release the bind if you have it. Bring your left hand down. Just take a breath in your standing leg split. And then again, just bend into the right knee, float it back. Go through your vinyasa and meet us in downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling. This time, take your left leg up toward the sky. Bend your knee, open that hip. Good, start to make those circles. Straight or bent leg, 2 or 3 in each direction. Taking your time, breathing in the tight spaces. Beautiful. Left leg reaches up toward the sky here. As you exhale, hips are square as you roll forward to plank, hug your left knee in toward your nose, pause there. Inhale, take it all the way back up. As you exhale, step it forward, come into your high lunge. Take your time to get there. You may need to adjust your feet for a moment, right? You want a nice strong foundation. Tucking your tail down, sort of lengthening here, right? Bringing your ribs in, then reaching up toward the sky. Let's take those dips here as you bend your elbows, tap your right knee down. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale up. Exhale, tap. Inhale up. Last time, tap it down. Leave your right knee down. Untuck your toes here. Right arm reaches for the sky, and then take your twist. Taking your time to get there, right? Every breath a little bit deeper. Keep your right knee down or tuck your right toes. Good, anything you'd like to do here, right? Twist, you are twisting. Bind here, you can extend your left arm over your ear, whatever feels good. Inhaling here, exhaling. Next inhale, come all the way back up to your high lunge. Hands come to heart center, start to tip forward, making your way into your warrior three. 2 more breaths. Engage your core for balance. 1 more breath. Exhale, left hand comes down, start to peel yourself open to this nice half moon pose. Pressing down through your left foot to open up a little bit more. Maybe bind. 1 more breath. Good, as you exhale, right hand comes down, take 1 breath in standing leg split. And then exhale, float it back, take your vinyasa, or we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale up, exhale, take it back. Breathing in, breathing out. 1 more breath here, take an inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, bend the knees deeply. 1 more time, Utkatasana, stay low. Keep your hands pressing. Actually, bring them down to heart center. Start to lift your heels up off the mat. You squeeze into the midline, dropping your heels towards your feet towards your heels, coming to this like toe stand, I guess. You call it good. 1 more breath here. Inhale. And as you exhale, gently let your hips fall to the mat. Extend your legs out in front of you, either bent or straight for Navasana. Hold it here, engage your core, chest is open and proud. 3, 2, 1, take it down to low boat, keep your belly pulling down toward the mat. 3, 2, 1, inhale, bring it all the way back up. 3, 2, 1, feet come to the mat. Just take a moment here to hug it in. Whew. Let's come into, my favorite, a wide-legged forward fold. Okay, so straddle your legs out in front of you. Get into, actually, let's do this first. Bend your knees. I forgot about this one. I love this one. Good. Feet are flat to the mat. I always think that I'm looking like a bug here, right? So you want to be able to hold your ankles if you can. So walk your feet out and forward as much as you need to come to a tall spine. Use your elbows here to pull your shoulders down as you press your knees open. Find lots of space here. 1 more breath. And then start to bend yourself forward like you're diving over a beach ball here. It's kind of awkward, like the crown of your head is coming toward the top of the mat. You're grounding down through your seat and you're trying to keep those knees opening out to the side. Good. 1 more breath. Press down through your feet to pull yourself a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back up to seated. Now extend your legs out. Whew. Take a moment here. Maybe bring your hands behind you. Tip a little bit forward on your sit bones as you open your heart. And then start to walk yourself forward. Staying on your hands, coming down to your forearms. Good. Doing what you can to fold forward. Keep those legs engaged though. Maybe point and flex your ankles. See how that feels different. 1 more breath here. Keeping your sit bones attached to the mat. Let's walk it back up. Take a nice side stretch. So left arm comes to the inside of your left leg, palm toward the sky. Really press down. See what happens when you press down through that left arm to lift yourself a little bit higher before you fold, right? Finding more space. And then use that space and start to tip to the side, aiming your hand toward your foot. If it makes it, it may not, but keeping lots of length in your left side body and your right sit bone attached to the mat. Good, breathe in. This one, I always find like the breath really does take you deeper if you're patient in this pose. Inhaling here and exhaling. On your next inhale, just come halfway up, stay to the left, just spin your heart towards your leg. So we're gonna fold straight down over our left leg now. Hands on either side of your left leg. Start to pull yourself forward, right, by lengthening the spine. And then exhale, fold it down. Keep that right hip down. And this time I want you to try, as you're pulling your torso to the left, point your right foot out to the right. Find maybe, I don't know if you guys feel it, but a little more length on the inseam of your right leg. Right? Because there's that opposition getting us a little bit deeper. One more breath here. Inhale, come back up to seated, switching sides. Right hand to the inside of your right leg, palm to the sky. Take a moment here to press down and lift up. Find the space, engage your core. Look up towards your hand and then start to take it over. Beautiful. Sometimes these slower moves can help you really get deep. Folding here, finding each breath, taking you a little bit lower, a little bit deeper, finding a tiny bit more space. One more breath. And then as you exhale, just start to turn your torso over your right leg. Hands come to either side. Use the pressure of your hands to pull your heart forward and lengthen your spine, and then fold straight down over your right leg. When you get there, start to point your left leg, pulling that leg away as you pull your heart toward the right. One more breath here. Inhale. Beautiful. Come all the way up. Back to center just to even it out for the OCD in me. Good. Fold it forward. Then come all the way back up. Grab behind your knees. Bend them. And then take your feet together coming into Baddha Konasana. Good. Take a moment here again. Take your hands behind you. Scoot your seat up towards your heels as far as you can with a nice tall spine. Hold on to your ankles here. Pull them, like kind of pull against them to open your heart. Engage your core. And then start to pull yourself forward, right? Not down, like we're not crouching down yet, right? Pull yourself forward as far as you can go. And then when you get there, let your head go. You can use your elbows to open up your thighs a little bit more. Inhaling here. Exhaling. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up. Extend your legs down the length of your mat. Let's take a nice forward fold here. Coming high on your sit bones. Again, like tip forward a little bit on your sit bones. Reach your arms up toward the sky. Engage your core. Gaze is up. And then as you exhale, keep your arms up towards your ears. As you fold forward, gaze stays all the way forward until you get to your final fold there, right? And then let your head drop. Keep having the sensation that your hips are sliding out from under you, really lengthening the backs of your legs, especially your hamstrings here. Just fold it down. Keep your legs engaged for a nice safe stretch. One more breath here. Exhale. Inhale, roll yourself. We're actually going to just roll all the way down to our back. So this time we're going to keep our spine rounded. So I really want you to think about scooping out your lower belly. So from your forward fold, just bring your fingertips to the mat. Keep your legs glued down to the mat. Tuck your chin in. And then start to tuck your tailbone in as you start to roll down slowly. Good. Really exaggerating. Feeling each vertebra make an imprint in the mat. Take it slow. Engage your core. And when you get all the way to the mat, we're just going to take a nice shoulder stand here before we start to slow it down, or we have slowed it down, I guess, before we start to head to Shavasana. So it's always nice to switch the energy, right? Switch the blood flow. So lift your legs up in waterfall here, which is totally fine if you're not up to shoulder stand today. Or pop your hips up, lifting your legs up toward the sky. Bring your hands to your lower back here. Good. Legs are engaged, pulling into the midline here. Tucking your tail up towards your heels, using your core, reaching up a little bit higher. You can either stay here, or if you'd like, this is kind of similar to what we did in our backs at the beginning of class. Keep your right leg reaching for the sky as your left knee comes down towards your left ear. And then take it back up. And then the other side, reach those left toes up first. Find the opening in front of your left hip as you bring your right knee down towards your right ear. Beautiful. Take it back up. Take a breath here. And then slowly let your feet fall behind your head, coming to a plow pose. toes touching. Good. You can bring your hands interlaced behind your back if your toes are on the mat. From here, you can bend your knees to either side of your head, giving your head a little squeeze, your ears a little squeeze here. Tadasana, really try to let your shins be heavy here. Find a nice opening in your lower back. One more breath. Then straighten your legs back out very slowly. Try to keep your legs parallel to the mat as long as you can, nice and straight overhead. As you start to roll your spine down to the mat. And then when your sacrum hits the mat, then start to arch your legs nice and slow, engaging your core all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. Before we head to Shavasana, let's just take a nice happy baby, give us some love. We did a lot of deep hip stuff today, so bend your knees, just rock and roll back and forth, trying to let it kind of all go. Maybe straighten and bend your knees. Do what feels good. And rocking back and forth. And hug your knees into your chest and slowly let them fall to the mat. Making your way into Shavasana. We're taking any last poses that you need to take before you settle in. And when you get to Shavasana, like just same as we did at the beginning of class, let yourself sink into the mat, but maybe you feel yourself a little bit heavier, which is a good thing, right? You're letting go. Your feet flop out. Maybe you feel more points of contact because your body is open and you've let a lot of the tension go. Bring your shoulders down away from your ears and just let the earth hold you as you let the practice marinate through Shavasana. Slowly start to deepen your breath as you start to reawaken the body. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Gently rocking your head side to side. Then reach up overhead for a nice full body stretch as you extend those legs, those toes, those feet away in the opposite direction. As you exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a hug. And as you're ready, start to make your way back to seated. Eyes gently closed with a nice tall spine. Shrug your shoulders up by your ears. Open your collarbone, let your shoulder blades fall down your spine. Engaging your core, just gently finding this nice tall spine. And just take notice here of all the changes that have occurred, not only in your body, but in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit. And use this throughout the day, right? To make your day better, to make everyone else's day better. Because we're just so lucky to be able to do this, right? So let's share that gift. Bring your hands to heart center, gently bow your chin in toward your chest, taking this final moment here to thank yourself for taking the time. I thank you for sharing your time, and your energy and your spirit with me. Bring your hands to your third eye, sealing in the practice, and we'll bow down together. Namaste.